Welcome everybody to Enter the Bunker, launching you into thriving here on this beautiful Friday morning or afternoon, depending on where you're watching from.
It's not that beautiful.
Well,
outside.
Depends on whether you like rain or not.
True.
My name is Jonathan Bahai. I am the co-host of Enter the Bunker and the owner of the 64,000 square foot nuclear bunker, which you just stepped into. Here on this show, we are giving you the building bricks to be able to build your own personal bunkers in life so you can thrive.
And I am Kelly Cadell. This week, we are working on openness, but I think today we are going to be having a debate. But before we get into that debate, this is making me nervous, the background.
Debate, controversy,
argument, disagreements.
Controversy, debate, disagreements, arguments. These are the things that are the opposite of openness.
Yeah.
Yes. These are the things that happen when you don't have openness, I think.
I think so too. So if you're watching on Twitch, please be sure to go to YouTube at Enter the Bunker. You can chat live with us there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you get notifications when we go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with a different building brick each week. Also, if you want, after the video, if you want to subscribe or follow our Instagram, I feel like I just said that. I might have messed up my words. Anyways, if you want to follow our Instagram, do that afterwards. You could be featured there as well. So we're having a debate. Look at his face. He's like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm not a very good debater, let's just say.
Speak positive.
I am such a good debater.
That's not being positive. That's being
sarcastic.
Sarcastic, yes.
Okay. I have faith that I may be able to, with your guys' help, have a decent debate with Jonathan about, does technology make you smarter?
Does technology make you smarter?
I don't know. I have to debate. So we were given the topic, and we were also given what side we had to debate on. So what I have to debate is, yes, technology does make you smarter, and Jonathan has to debuttal. Is that the word? Debuttal?
Debuttal, debate?
Debuttal back.
Debut
back.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know. Anyways, why it doesn't. Technology does not make you smarter. So anybody wanting to go and help me out, you're more than welcome. Give me your tips in the comments why technology makes you smarter.
And tell me why you believe that technology will not make you smarter.
I'd be better off with that side of it, I think.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, let's begin.
All right. How do you begin a debate?
So the question is, will technology make people smarter? Since you feel like you're not going to do well, I'll give you a chance to say the first thing so you can tell us why.
Oh, it should be the other way around. Okay, technology makes you smarter because you can access, so I'm going to talk about the internet for right now. You can access just about anything that you want to find out by typing that into a search bar and Googling it and going through probably multiple different answers, but finding the right one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debuttal that.
So the fact that people are having to search these things and go to the internet to be able to answer these things is the reason why they're becoming dumber. Because they don't know any of the stuff that they would have known if they didn't have the technology.
Yes, but instead of pulling out like a phone book, you can just Google what's HubGrub's phone number, and then it's right there. You type it in, it takes less time than Google.
There's a difference between being smarter and being able to access information. The truth is that even with all the information that people have access to with technology, they've gotten dumber because they think they have access to this information, making them smarter.
I disagree, because they could read the information, get the right information, and then as long as they retain that information, they're going to be smarter.
Have you read the internet lately? Do you think it's the right information that you get from the internet?
Sometimes, yes. That's why I said you might have to read through multiple different things, but then you're getting your openness to different people's perspectives on whatever you're searching.
Really now? So if you had openness to different people's perspectives, that's great. But the truth is that the only time that you got real good information, but also there's a difference again between having information and being smarter about the information. The fact is that when you're on the internet, and because you have access to technology like this,
at my fingertips,
at your fingertips, you don't use your brain. So instead of being critical about the information or being able to think for yourself, you're relying on everybody else, which means that you're not able to think for yourself, which means you end up making poor decisions. People in the past who didn't have access to information had to be more critical, had to think for themselves, had to be smarter, which is why technology is not making you smarter.
Okay, but if we didn't have technology, we'd still be living in caves.
What?
Because think about the steam engine. That's like the first well-known technology.
Okay, so that was a technology for transportation.
Yeah, and without that, there would never be big companies.
That's correct. But the truth is that didn't help people get smarter. That helped people get around. So technology can be applied in certain areas that will help us to improve our lives. I am not anti-technology. What I have a problem with is the idea that it can help us get smarter. Because the facts are, science shows us that people are getting dumber as technology is increasing in relation to the internet. So today, people that have access to the internet are being shown to actually be less smarter than the people in the past who didn't have access to the internet.
Is that access to the internet, or is that the way the society is teaching people how to live life? Do life. So so right now in school, they teach you algebra, say for instance. So you do algebra, and then when are you ever going to use that again in your life?
Algebra. What were you saying?
Algebra.
Algebra.
And algebra.
Okay.
When are you ever going to use that in your life? The schools should be getting more up with the times and showing you how to plant a garden, or actually back in time, showing you how to plant a garden. We need to you just need to change the way you're doing life now, because life's different now with technology. So as long as you're not, as you say, dumb and using it, it can make you smarter. You just have to be smart about the way you use it.
So you literally just said life is different now because of technology, because technology is causing us to become dumb. You literally just made my argument.
Yeah, but I know I said you need to be smart in the way that you use it. So
that's the problem, though. People are not smart in the way they use it, and they're using technology in a way that is making them dumber. So is technology going to make you smarter? No. It's simply
so without technology,
we've already seen that having access to entire world of information just causes people to have their brains go to mush.
So without technology, would there be Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a medium of monetary transfer.
Right.
Right. I am not saying that doesn't mean that. I'm not saying that I'm anti-technology. The problem is
because whoever invented Bitcoin, that has to be smart.
Yeah, they are smart.
And they use technology.
They use technology to be able to invent Bitcoin, but technology is not making people smarter. That's what we're arguing here. And the argument that the technology is helping to make people smarter, that hasn't happened, because people's brains are going to mush and people are making worse decisions than before they had access to technology that is supposed to supposedly help them make better decisions and help them become smarter. But they're not getting smarter, they're getting dumber.
I disagree. I don't have a rebuttal to that, but I just disagree. I'm going to read some of the chat here.
Let's see what the chat says.
Yeah. Kaden says, oh gosh, I think I gotta back it up a bit here. Okay, Destiny says, however, technology can teach you to do anything. Yeah, you can watch YouTube and build a freaking house. That's pretty cool. You can't say that makes you dumber. That definitely makes you smarter. You know how to build a house at the end of watching a YouTube video.
That's just access to information. It doesn't mean that you got smarter.
You know how to build a house now.
You could have done that with your friend Joe, who spent a weekend with you building the house together. You didn't need technology for that. And that's how they did it for hundreds of years.
Technology is a tool that helps. My daughter is infinitely smarter than I because of YouTube. Yeah, technology.
How is she infinitely smarter?
Yes, explain, Destiny. How is she smarter? Abigail says, I mean, technology has also distracted me many times, like when I was in school. That is true. I see that.
Cell phones?
Yeah, well, cell phones are also a good thing. Because if there's an accident, you can pick up the phone and call whenever you need to, call 911.
So kids for decades have been able to go to school and get an education. Today, they have the technology of cell phones, which has been injected into their education, and now they're not getting an education. Thus, technology does not make you smarter.
Destiny says, she told me the main mode of transportation for India or whatever she is already learning is learning a second language. See? A smarty.
So you could have hired a private tutor to do the same thing. It wasn't the technology that made her smarter, it was just being able to access to the information. So it wasn't
Which is
technology that's smarter,
technology.
but it wasn't the technology that made her smarter. It was access to information. So
Which
it's a difference
was invented
between
through technology.
no, technology does not make people smarter. So if she had a private tutor, she would have gotten just as smart, right? So
Not necessarily.
I want to see what Bill Nye has to say.
Okay. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Love that guy.
Okay. Everyone you will ever meet knows something that you don't.
I 100% agree with that.
Everyone
Hands down.
you will ever meet knows something that you don't. So you can easily be able to meet somebody without technology and be able to learn something because they know something that you don't. That's how you get smarter.
Technology has also brought a lot of couples together. The internet.
This has
Dating
nothing to do. So that again feeds into my narrative of it doesn't make you smarter. See, it's getting together over the internet. What kind of craziness is that?
I don't know. It's been happening for years now. I'm the worst debater in the world, especially for something that I think we were given these, guys. We didn't have to pick. We didn't get to pick what side we're on.
She's totally like backing it up.
We didn't get to pick what side we were on. So, yeah. Anyways, Bill Nye, I definitely 100% agree with that. Like, I've even said to the team today, like, you learn something new every single day, no matter what it is. It's just, I guess, paying attention to that information that you take in. Because, I mean, you could teach me something today, and whether I remember that knowledge or if it just, you taught me it and maybe I won't use it for 10 years down the road, but it still might be, I don't know.
So the thing about this quote from Bill Nye about everyone you'll ever meet knows something that you don't requires openness.
Yeah.
You have to be open to understanding that whoever you're talking to knows something that you don't.
Yeah.
And if you're open to that, then you're going to actually learn from that.
Yeah.
And you're actually going to become smarter.
Right. Destiny says, what do you mean by smarter, though? Like IQ or being capable to get new information and retain it?
Okay. Well, let's see what Google says. See this? I can't even come up with a definition because I have to use technology. That's
so
how dumb
good
I've
thing you
become.
have technology to make you smarter.
It's not making me smarter. It's showing
giving
how
you the knowledge.
It's showing how much I've lost in terms of my own smarts.
Bev Cadell
by having used
says,
this.
technology is a two-way street. It gives you information at your fingertips, but then maybe because of it, you don't have to think as much.
Aha. You don't think as much, therefore you are not smarter. Boom.
Thanks, Mom.
So by definition, smart is an adjective
Yep.
having to show a quick-witted intelligence. So it's not about information, it's about intelligence, right? So how often do you ask somebody something, which I just did, what's the definition of smarter, and they got to go to Google to ask the question rather than using their own intelligence. They can't do it anymore because they're so dependent on the technology.
But they might not have known that answer before, and then you would have had to like travel across the world to talk to somebody to get the answer you want to know.
Open a dictionary. There was a dictionary for hundreds of years.
Oh yeah, what's a dictionary? Just joking. Not that old. I mean, I'm not that young. Old? Young. I'm not that young, folks.
So.
Caden says, video games is distracting to kids these days and fails some of them though. So yeah, going back to like it being a distraction more than a
Getting smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about the intelligence and being able to have the capability, and technology has taken that away.
Okay. I'm not debating this anymore.
So the only reason that we'll just turn this off right now.
Yeah.
Truthfully, if I was to debate any side of this, I can make numerous references to how technology makes you smarter also.
That's good, because I couldn't. I'm just like, it does.
It's very easy to be on an old school kind of plane and just like point to how, oh, look at that. Like they can't think for themselves anymore and all that kind of stuff, right? It's really easy. And what's interesting is that when you take that kind of position, little thing about debating, and a little thing about how people position themselves, in order to make yourself look smart, say something is stupid. That's what a lot of people do. They may not even be smart themselves, but when you point at something and talk about how dumb it is, or about how people, or how something is not, like, it's just like, that's dumb, right? It immediately infers anybody looking at that person thinks that they're smart for pointing out how stupid something is. And it's actually how it works online a lot.
That's crazy.
But when you debate something and you take that kind of position, it automatically has everybody looking on, thinking that the person in that position is the one that's smarter and actually making the right kind of information. Whereas taking on a pro position and saying something is good, it's difficult because there's that inference that you're not saying something else is dumb. Right. So honestly, though,
that's kind of like downgrading.
It's degrading. That's what you're saying, yeah. So, and it is, but the truth is that it's just human nature, and it's strange how it happens, but.
Well, when you think so, like the steam engine, when I was bringing up that was like the first main technology for the world. That was less than 200 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't very long ago.
So imagine what technology is going to be in another 200 years from now.
It's unbelievable.
I don't even think I can think to fathom what it would be like.
Right.
I'm like, what's going to happen in 5 years?
Well, they're already talking about what's called transhumans. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So transhumanism is the idea of humans being combined with technology. So a lot of people believe that the next evolution for humanity is to be integrated with technology. That comes down to having chips put in your brain and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So
that's freaky.
So instead of me having to go to Google and ask the questions, it's just automatically coming to me, like at the same time that my thought's going.
That's. I can see that, but it's mind blowing. I don't want that to happen to me.
It's interesting. So does the person become smarter by that? I would say yes.
I would say no.
They would become smarter because they've been able to take in so much information and so much experiences at such a rate faster than whatever they could in a normal day-to-day type of life, that it allows them to be able to have more, I guess you call it, educated type decisions.
They'd be able to do any job in the whole world. What's the point of people excelling in certain areas that they're good at? Like everybody will just be able to do everything. That's not.
They won't be able to do everything because there's still their intrinsic interest in things. They still have creativity and they still have interest in certain things. And so that's going to be their own personal drivers. But when they do them, take for example someone who's a carpenter, for example, right? If they're able to like really quickly be able to have access to the different techniques of how to be a carpenter and things like that, and be able to sculpt something amazing or something like that, then they can end up creating amazing works of art that could have taken them 30 years to try to figure out on their own, right? So this is the kind of future that a lot of people believe is going to be coming. I don't know about it, but it definitely does look like a kind of next level of like where we go.
Right.
But in 5 years, I don't think that's going to be, maybe
10,
10, 15 years.
Destiny says, math teachers, quotations. You won't have a calculator in your back pocket. You need to remember this. Quotations. Somebody invents smartphone with calculator app.
That was my whole argument right there, right?
Yeah.
Is just like, oh, what if you don't have a calculator? How are you going to know how to do this?
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
All the time. All right, guys, so we gave you a challenge this week. It was to talk to somebody once, twice, 3 times throughout the week. Once would have been nice. That has a different perspective on another topic that you may not necessarily do that. So if you did do that and complete the challenge, please share with us. Send us a message. If you don't want to do it right here on the chat, send us a message on our Instagram. Type it in the chat right now on YouTube. We want to hear your stories. So, did you do that?
I did do the challenge now.
Yeah, me either.
Being honest.
Yeah. Pardon? Yeah, we actually just did it right now.
We did actually
have
a fun debate.
It was a different kind of debate.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I'm debating. If you're going to go into a debate with somebody, please make sure you have the information that you need. All right, so, okay, that is it. Next week, oh, I wish I had my paper towel roll. I wish I had my paper towel roll, folks. Is there one over there? Throw it to me. I'm gonna do it.
Paper towel roll.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do it. We won't do it. Should I do it? So there's like, next week is, we're going to throw a couple hints. So, Jonathan's like,
okay.
What is happening?
Okay.
What is the animal that has the most courage, do you think?
The animal with the most courage?
Yeah. Could it be a lion? It could be. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining us on this fun Friday, and we'll see you Tuesday to talk about courage next week.
Awesome.
11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, like the video,
Subscribe. And,
ring the bell.
And enjoy Openness throughout the weekend.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.